Hello everybody, this is Robert Earl from the Eco Ranch Sustainable Living Educational Center, which does not exist anymore. We sold it. We sold it back in January of last year to move to beautiful, quiet Alpena, Michigan. Alright, it's not so quiet. The first part of this video, I understand every time a vehicle goes by on the main highway, you're going to hear it. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's probably a tenth as bad as it sounds on the video. If I'm going to do more videos out here, I'll get a microphone, but I don't think we're going to do more. I just wanted this one here to show you the front of the house and to introduce myself to you again, because I'm sure somebody's going to comment, God, you got old. Yeah, you know what? I was 57 when I started working on the Eco Ranch, and I'm 71 now. Yeah, I guess I did get old. But also, all that work wore some parts of my body out. My hands. I had carpal tunnel injuries from handling all those rocks. It caught up to me. I had to have surgery on that. Also, 2 Ironman triathlons, 53 Olympic distance triathlons, 5 marathons, and about 200,000 miles of riding a bicycle. Wore my knee out. I had to have knee replacement surgery. It went real well, and then I fell and damaged it, and it's good enough for me right now. It's not perfect, but I'm going to live with it. So anyway, bottom line, not only did it age me a bit, I gained 30 pounds. Hopefully you and I, over the course of this summer, will watch me lose 40 of those 30 pounds. Let's hope. Anyway, here we are. Alpena, Michigan, about 5 miles north on US Highway 23 from downtown Alpena. Alpena is an old, it's an old port town. Mainly the business was always the limestone to make concrete with. They mine it, put it on the freighters, head it south. Still doing that to this day. So if you hear a big truck go by, he's probably either empty going north to Rogers City to get limestone or coming south fully loaded. It's not as bad as you think, but it did take some getting used to. The big thing is we're convenient here because of my age. I'm 7 years older than Debbie. I was a little worried that if we had a health emergency in Texas, we were 70 miles minimum from the hospital. Here we're 4 miles from the hospital. So I can get to the hospital if need be. Let's hope we don't need it for a very long time though. So here we are, new projects. What's of interest to you? Well, the Singingturkeys farm, I guess I can call 2 acres a farm. I've done a lot of work, but it needs a lot more, and we're going to put that on the videos because it may seem like a disadvantage for me not to be out in the bush desert, living off-grid, but actually it's an opportunity for me to share with you, and maybe to learn as I go along too, some of the hacks, as they now call it, some of the ways to live in today's economy and today's life. Now, today's economy is no different than the economy I grew up in the 70s, the economy that my dad grew up in the 20s and 30s. Things don't change all that much, but still we need to know a lot of different things on how to survive and how to get by. I'm going to show you some of that stuff, ways to save money, ways to live more comfortably, ways to live happier. If you're not happy, what the hell good is making $1 million a year? Yeah, you got $1 million bucks, but you're not happy, you're just throwing it at stuff. So that's what we're going to do. Along with some fishing videos, I'm going to have a nice trip up to northern Ontario, up in the bush. It's coming up in August. That's going to go on the videos. And all my little things that we're working on. We got 2 projects we're going to show you, first of all, after this video. One is we're going to take a vintage clawfoot bathtub and install it in my workshop, elevate it, so that I can use it as a dog bathing station, because if you remember Eco, the Eco watchdog, she is now the creature from the Black Lagoon who lives in this little swamp that's on our property, and you can only get her out to go to bed. Otherwise, she just lives in there constantly. or she wants to go for a walk down by the river. We've got a beautiful river called the Thunder Bay River that empties out into Lake Huron. Again, 5 miles from here. I've got 4 lakes within 5 miles, not including Lake Huron. So we're in good shape here on that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be on the videos. So here's, that's one thing we're going to do. The second thing, which is very important, is we're going to build a small chicken coop to house meat chickens. I can't keep, and I don't want to keep, egg layers here or an assorted amount of poultry. Zoning, which we never had to deal with in Texas, but zoning is a little bit of an issue. These jackasses, and that's all I can call them, whoever passed these laws is an absolute pure D jackass. They want $600 for me to get a variance to allow me to keep even 5 chickens. Ridiculous, but that's the way, and a lot of people are facing that. We're going to talk about that in a future video. So here, but we do have to get that built, because in 4 weeks, those meat chickens are going to have to go out there for another 4 weeks, and then I kill them and no more chickens until next year. So, what I've done since we got here, first of all, I built that garage you see behind me. That's why you're out here. I built that garage myself. I had help only in doing the slab, which had to go down. You have to have a footing because of frost heave when the frost freezes and everything can move. So I couldn't do that myself. And I couldn't do the trusses myself. First of all, I'm scared of heights. Second of all, it's way too much climbing for a man in his 30s, let alone a man my age. So I got help with that. The rest of it I did myself. You'll be you'll be interested to see what I did. Maybe you'll want to incorporate that into some builds of your own. And during the winter, we took a pontoon boat that was just a piece of junk, took it all the way down to the deck and rebuilt it into what looks like a brand new fishing platform. Fishing in the front and lounging in the rear. Kind of like that bar that has liquor in the front, poker in the rear. Kind of like that, only it's fishing in the front and lounging in the rear. So we're going to get into those things. Why we're here, some of the ways to live, what I'm going to do to the property itself here, what we've already done to the property. I wish I had done videos on the garage, but honestly, folks, I was in way too much pain from the knee. But we're going to get back to that. Hopefully, you can find something of interest. If you do, and you'll notice, the channel is now monetized. I need a little bit extra money every month. Maybe monetizing it will help that. I'm hoping it will. That's not the reason for doing the videos. The reason for doing the videos is because when I asked you, you told me you wanted to see them. But it is monetized. You're going to have to look at the advertising, and if you've just dropped by here, you can subscribe. If you followed me this far and you're brand new here, this is not going to be the way the videos are. There's going to be a lot more interest in moving around and better content. This is just to let everybody, all 23,000 of you that have subscribed, know that we're back, and I'm going to do some really nice stuff. And let's get into it right now, and we'll end this video, and I'll start another one, and we'll post them. Until then, this is Robert Earl here at the Singing Turkeys Farm, formerly the Eco Ranch, now in far northern Michigan, saying see you later.